We're the real Detroit Lions fans coming at you right before the 2019 trade deadline. We're going to talk about what the Lions might do and what we think they should do. All right, Andrew. So last week we got rid of one of our best players on the defense, and that's Quandre Diggs, and what I believe is a terrible trade because we traded him at the low point of his stock value. And if you're a fantasy player, you know you don't do that. So I don't know. I thought that was a good idea, but
for sure.
Whatever. So now we're talking about. There's rumors that we're going to trade Darius Slay now because he's upset, and teams are inquiring about him, like the Eagles. And then we're also rumored to be looking at running backs. We were rumored to be looking at Kenyon Drake for a little bit from the Miami Dolphins, but he was dealt to the Cardinals, and now we are rumored to be looking at Melvin Gordon. And what we know about Melvin Gordon is he wants the bag. So do you want, I guess let me phrase this question like this. Should the Lions, given that we are 3-1 and probably will not make the playoffs, most likely scenarios that we're not going to make the playoffs, should we be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
All right, dude, buyers for sure. Because, okay. I mean, regardless, the whole thing is that you want to make your team better regardless of what the outcome is going to be. Like, that's the whole game is, like, you're trying to make your team better and better. So, I mean, you should always be buying and selling, Like, if your team's not doing well, you need to change something. If your team is doing well, I mean, if you can bring in more talent and, like, it's working, add more depth, like, do it, Like, you should be making moves nonstop.
Yeah. So buyers and sellers, that's mainly talked about with like teams. So sellers obviously are teams that they're done, they're in like rebuild mode,
like Miami.
Buyers are in like win now mode, and even though it doesn't look like it, to me the Lions are in win now mode. And even if let's say I could tell the future, and I know that they're not even going to make the playoffs this year. There's no chance. Mm-hmm. We're still in win now mode in my mind. Because we still have Stafford,
Yeah.
And because we have Stafford, and even if you want to get rid of Stafford for some reason, he's on contract for like 2 more years. And guaranteed this next year, we're not going to be cutting him or dropping him or anything because it would be just so much dead money that'd make no sense. So realistically, the first time we could possibly be without Stafford is after the 2020 season. So I am not like, to me, like Stafford is still in his prime. I love the man. He's having one of hell of a season. I completely trust him and think he's the man that could take us there if with things around him and with the coaching and all that, with which all the great quarterbacks have and all the great quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls have and have had. And I think that he can do it. We need to just try as hard as we can while we still have this opportunity, because sooner or later he's not going to be good anymore, or we're going to, get rid of him or try and draft his replacement, and we're not going to have him. And it's going to be the time where we're looking for a franchise quarterback. Cause like, even with this time right now, with a bunch of quarterbacks coming into the league from college that are doing so well, there are still teams in this league right now that don't have a franchise quarterback, definitely don't have a franchise quarterback as well as Stafford. So yeah. We're lucky to have him, and I think we're definitely in win now mode, even if we don't make the playoffs this year. Yeah. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, what should we be buying?
Dude, I first want to shut down all that running back crap. If we get Melvin Gordon, that would be the dumbest thing ever. For one, his yards per carry on his career are crap. He's injury prone. He's asking for a crap ton of money. We're going to have to give a high draft pick on top of having to sign him. That would be the stupidest thing. Literally, that would be the stupidest thing we could do. Like, you could have gotten Kenyon Drake, young running back, has a lot of energy. The dude has breakaway speed. He's not going to go for much. He went for like a conditional, and like a conditional or something like that. And then, like, I would sign AP over. I would sign Melvin Gordon because the dude still hits a hole hard as hell, and you would get him for cheap. The max I would do going for a running back is like a 5th round pick, dude, and that's pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, running backs aren't worth that much in the league, dude. Like,
okay. Before we go into another, Okay, because I completely agree with you. Let me just start there. Okay, I totally agree. We shouldn't spend a lot on a running back, especially one that wants a ton of money, like to sign. So Melvin Gordon is off the table for me. What about Joe Mixon? A lot of fans have been saying this. What do you
Dude,
think about trading for Joe Mixon?
so I was very high on Mixon coming into the season because he played phenomenal last year. I don't know how he's running this year because I haven't seen any of the games, but from statistical standpoint, he's not running well. And I don't know if it's the Bengals offense, if it's Andy Dalton, the O-line, whatever it is, but he's not running well. So you figure I have like his 3-year career, he's had one good season. So like we could get him probably for cheap, but like I feel like it would be too expensive for Joe Mixon. And I personally am just like, dude, I'd rather give Ty Johnson a shot or something. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude runs 4.28. Every time he's touched the ball, he's done something well. So it's like, why would you go invest in a running back that's hit or miss? I don't know.
That's funny that you said AP because I'm all about getting AP. Like we should totally try and trade for him because Darius Geis is coming back. They said I just saw a notification like he might be back week 11.
Dude,
like,
screw him. Okay, my dude has flimsier knees.
Or not? Are the Redskins in it or not?
In what?
In like the playoff race? I don't even know their record.
Bro, the Redskins have one win and it was against Miami, I think.
Okay, so they're sellers. So what I'm saying is they're selling. They fired their coach. They don't know what they're doing. Dude, they're sellers. Let's go get AP, man. Let's go. That 5th round pick that we got for Diggs, AP. Come on.
I would be okay with that.
Let's get
I don't
AP
think
and a 7th round pick for our 5th round pick.
Dude, right. I honestly don't think that would happen, but I would be fine with it. I don't think the Lions as a team need to go out and get a running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not a run first team. I know we're trying to keep it balanced and whatever, but like the holes aren't there to begin with. So why go invest in a running back? Go invest in
my problem. This is my problem. Bevel is known for a power scheme. Okay. He has had power running backs his whole time. We don't have a power running back. So I'm okay with going to get a power. You know, we tried to get Paul Perkins. Dude, who the hell is Paul Perkins? This guy sucks. Carson, never heard that guy before, and he was doing better than all of our running backs yesterday because he was power running it. He was like one cut, boom, hit the hole. And it was like, that's what we need. We need a guy that's really good at doing that, though.
It's honestly, though, I just want to get away from the running back thing. Unless you bring someone for cheap, I don't want a running back. What I do, on the other hand, is a pass rusher. I want a DN. Go get Vic Beasley. You can get him for cheap. He has Pro Bowl caliber, Pro Bowl caliber talent. Go get Chandler Jones. I don't think he's worth a first, but like even if he goes for first, I would still probably take him because of the fact that he produces. The dude's a beast. He's a disruptor. He knows Patricia. Go get Von Miller. I would trade a first round pick for Von Miller. He'd probably go for more considering of what it is. Well, I would take Von Miller, dude. Like you can get top tier players for draft picks because teams literally value draft picks more than anything. I've seen like Leonard Williams just got traded for like a 3rd round pick, dude. Like that dude's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't played the greatest, but he hasn't had anyone around him, and he's still playing at above average level. So like, go trade your freaking picks for talent that you know produces in the league. Because like you said in the other video, how many 1st round picks are busts? You know, there's so many busts. So like, why don't you get people that have produced? You know, so I think DN is where we need to go. What do you think?
Well, I completely agree. But what I was trying to get was, didn't Patriots trade Bennett or not yet?
Traded Bennett to the Cowboys for a 7th because he was unhappy with their scheme.
Dude, like why didn't we do that? Why didn't we grab him? I don't know, man. But
with the ties we have with the Patriots,
I know, right? It's hard. It's really hard for me. It's like to say pass rush because we haven't even seen the full extent to our pass rush. Because Mike Daniels has been out. Hand finally got in. Look what happened, you know. And Jared Davis was hurt at the beginning of the season. He came back. He brings pressure. Like Devin Kennard always brings the pressure. He's the man. I love that guy. So it's hard to say like, like go get a defensive guy. I almost want them to go get Trent Williams because
dude, you know what? I actually was gonna mention that next. I just wanted to touch on the DNs, but I think Trent Williams would be a phenomenal pick because the dude is a Pro Bowl tackle, and I mean like Decker's inconsistent. Rick Wagner has been a decent signing. He played phenomenal when he was with Baltimore, but like he's been decent. So like I would get rid of either one of our tackles to get Trent Williams. I would trade them and like the first because I know they're asking for more than a first to get Trent Williams. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about
dude,
that then.
A left tackle is very important, and Stafford usually gets hit from his blind side, and that's when he fumbles. So like, and that would help our run game. That would help our passing game. Like, I would be fine with that. I would be completely fine with that. You open up more holes in the run game. We're already running nonstop on first and second down, so it's like
I didn't know they wanted more than a first. That's a lot. I was gonna say give them a first for Trent Williams and AP, but but I don't know. I guess they probably won't do that. But I mean, they're sellers, man. They should just sell it all, man. Come on,
and here's
Redskins,
the thing,
you guys
though.
sell.
How many left tackles have we seen getting traded over the last 5 years? There's been Pro Bowl left tackles traded consistently every freaking year. And the only one that went for a lot of money was Tunsil. So it's like, I mean, a lot of picks and stuff was Tunsil. So like, dude, left tackle would be huge. A guard would be huge.
Yeah.
I don't think we need anything else on the offense. Like I don't.
Yeah. No.
Our offense is clicking. I think if we were a little bit more creative with the run game and that stuff, we'd be fine, and just not play as passive sometimes. And then defensively, dude, we need a coverage linebacker that can play middle of the field like that. And our D-line, like I know our D-line is coming back, like they're slowly healthy and this person's coming back, this person getting hurt, whatever. But like, I think if we had another pure pass rusher to throw into the mix, that would be really big.
Yeah, there's a lot of cornerbacks on the market right now. I just saw it.
Peterson, yo, give me Patrick Peterson.
Peterson, Chris Harris, but all of them are like as old or older than Slay. So it's like. Yeah. Like, why would we get rid of that? I just have a problem with like, why would we get rid of Slay if we're gonna get another guy that's like the same? Honestly, like I wouldn't be opposed to getting a corner if it's somebody that we can get for a long-term deal because Melvin, like I said, Melvin's gone after this year, and Slay's looking like he wants out or we're gonna trade him or something. So like, we have two major holes in our secondary now. That's crazy. So yeah. But yeah, no, my number one. I guess what's your number one? Because mine would be Von Miller.
Oh, like player overall?
Yeah, to get.
I mean, if I could, obviously I'd go Aaron Donald. But realistically,
no. I mean, yeah, of the players we named.
Oh, realistically, dude, Von for sure. I mean, the dude is so freaking disruptive. If not him, I would go Chandler Jones. And I think Chandler Jones is very possible. Von Miller is a little bit unlikely, especially because Bradley Chubb got hurt. But like, dude, Vic Beasley could go for super cheap. He's talented. Like, any of those three I'd be fine with, but I would prefer Von Miller any day. I mean, his spin move is freaking incredible. The dude gets after it. Like, having him, Trey Flowers, Deshaun Hand, Ashawn Williams, I would get rid of Snacks at that point. Like, Snacks isn't playing well, dude, bro. Like, if you had freaking
we just extended him.
But he hasn't played well at all. Like, this whole season play like crap. And I like it, bro.
He played well, bro. I thought he played well this game.
Yeah, I mean he plays better. But I
literally saw him with my eyes stuff Saquon Barkley like 2 times. Like he was literally like, "You're not going anywhere," and I was like, "Thank you, Snacks." I literally screamed. I screamed so loud, my neighbors probably were like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, and I think Hand had a big part in it because Hand was our best lineman last year. So like you brought him in, and Flowers played better. And Ashawn has been playing really well. So I think with all that, and Davis was bringing the pressure, like it was finally clicking how we thought it would click at the beginning of the season as far as our D-line. So, I don't know. You bring Von Miller in, though. That's a freaking game changer.
Yeah.
Like, I would have hope that we're making the playoffs. And if not, next year we're 100% making the playoffs.
Right.
Like, teams that have a D-end, just literally that D-end, I mean, they have a top 15 defense just with one player. You add a couple more players, dude, you're a top 5 defense.
Yeah, just look at Houston, man. J.J. Watt's out now. Their defense is immediately like 50% worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think if Von came to our team, dude, I'm buying a jersey. Like, right.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and after, honestly, like how many pressures did Trey have? Trey Flowers had like 9 pressures or something crazy against the Giants, which is like, yes, this is why we brought you here. Finally, we're hearing your name. Like, come on.
Dude, honestly, like, if you really break down the tape, our defense didn't get torched as bad as people think. It was like a couple plays and a couple penalties that really killed us. And the 2 touchdowns that Slane have, yeah, dude, kudos to him. They were great grabs, but like both times our cornerback had his hand on the ball. One of them was like over the shoulder. The other one, dude, he literally had his hand on the ball and like tried to rip at it and it just didn't happen. So you take those 2 out, a couple penalties, like, I don't know. But I think we're going to come back and fix the errors. It's just some sloppy crap, dude. And you figure like a lot of people got plugged in because of how many injuries we had last game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think Von Miller, any DN I'd be happy with. I'd be happy with the Trent Williams. AP, dude, you get a power running back. I mean, and also the fact that Kenyon Drake went to the Cardinals, it makes me really suspicious as to what is happening with David Johnson. Because, like, dude, you have Chase Edmonds who played well. He got hurt, so whatever. Like, yeah, you can't really fault his last game because he got hurt. So it's like you brought in Kenyon Drake. You have David Johnson. Chase Williams has been playing well. So, I mean, and you signed David Johnson to a big contract. So it's curious. I'm
wondering if they're giving up on the season and they want to kind of rest David Johnson, Even though, honestly, they shouldn't give up on the season. Well, their division, they're not. Yeah, no. They're in the same position. They're in the same position as the Lions.
Yeah, but we have a better chance. They have literally the 49ers, the Rams, and freaking Seattle, who all have amazing records. At least we have the Bears that are worse than us.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So we're going to buy, and we're going to get AP, and we're going to get Von Miller, and whoever we want. Just put him in the shopping cart.
All right.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So who do you guys think we should buy, or do you disagree with us? Do you think we should be sellers? Do you think we should just tear it all down and sell it all? Fire Patricia, fire Bob Quinn. Let's just get rid of it all. Let us know what you think. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're the Real Detroit Lions fans. We're the Real Detroit Lions fans.
Pants.
And pants. All right.